Welcome to this tutorial video. In this video, we'll be looking at how you can create backgrounds on Pixel. So this is a smartphone design also. We're looking at how we can create different type of backgrounds. Now you would see designs, and then one of the most important things about designs is the background. Now the background is the foundation that you lay on. I don't know if you get my point. Now the background is the foundation that we lay upon all other design elements. Now if you have a bad background, I can as well say that your design would not be as good as it's supposed to be. So there are many things we look at in background creation. We look at contrast, we look at simplicity. So I'm going to show you different patterns in which you can create backgrounds on Pixel. So let me just log this. The first one will be, so I would want to start with this. Now this design, you can see it. Now this was created on Pixel Lab. The background and image was created on Pixel Lab, and I'll show you how you can go about it. So let's just go to color. You come to background and then we go to color. Now we can choose to use, this is the background color. Then I used to choose this color. Now I would want to use gradients, but there are two ways. If I don't want to use gradients, I can come here and tap on stickers. Now it is going to show this white part of it. Now I just click on the screen, it's there, and touch it back. And then come to color, touch it. Come to this blue and then choose a lighter color. Not table. Okay, so you can see it now. I might just not to make it to 100. I can see that the background is already having that spicy feeling in the middle. But the other way is to just do this, come to background and come to gradient. Now this is the gradient. I don't use it now. We'll come here, we'll choose the gradient. We'll come to color, pick the color of the background, leave it that way. And then come to the second color here, tap on this, pick it, still pick the same color and make it lighter. That's what we did. Now you can see, so we can either use this is the one that I did before. That's going to be in the middle. You can just move this in, this, and you can see it. So you can choose to just move it to your taste, depending on how you want it. Or we can use something like this. Or we can do something like this. You can see, as if it's coming from the edge of it. So let's just use the straight one. Let's just use this. Okay, so here too. Now I'll come to my shapes. Tap on the shapes tool. The radius, take it to 100. The opacity 0. And then stroke, increase it to 100. And then I'll come to stroke color, which is stroke, increase to 40. Come to stroke color and tap on gradient and choose this same gradient field. Now I still drag it up and get to blur radius and increase the blur radius. Now what I'll do is pick this edge here of this shape and reduce it till I cannot see anything below again. Now you can see, let's do this way. Without the blur radius, you can still do this way. Increase it, decrease it. So see, you don't see it again, and then increase the blur radius to 25. And then you tap on OK. Now if you increase the size, you can see. Now what I'll just do is I reduce the opacity. That's it, this way. Reduce the opacity. Copy. And just make it this way. And let's look it. Now how did I achieve that darker part of it? So I just bring it another shape there now. Come and choose the color black. Reduce the opacity. Let's leave it at 30. And then send it to the back. Then do that. Now you can see. I can see that they are having almost the same likeness. And so after this now, it's just a little bit different, but this was how I created it. So you can just go after editing, you can take it to the after finishing and then I take it to the pattern. I don't come out very well. So that's one way. You can still add some other things to this spelling. That comes to text. And just like go back to this. That's the other place. And then I use the basics. You can see, I do the thing. I can also change this color. Black. And no mushroom. So I just come and take it. And I think anything based on this now would not be disturbing. The background would be as simple as possible. It should not disturb anything from this. Now what are the color contrast? Like that's it. So now what are the color contrast? It will not disturb anything from this part of the design. That just only of creating backgrounds. So let's just delete all to this. Now you can as well manipulate backgrounds. Now this is when we get different backgrounds from different sources and then blend them to each other to make them look like one. Blend them to each other to make them look like one. I'm going to get a background over here. I'm going to show you. Okay. I didn't want to do that one. I didn't start that one. So you just have to use your imagination and just think and look at how you can put two or three things together. This is what we can have. Now this would only be possible on a dark background because of the because of the color of both images. So we have to look at that and how we can. How to do it? I just open here and take because of this. And then clean out these two parts that you know very very well. Because now that is just like scenario and the stone appears with no so just try to so now another way you can make it color is color spaces. So next I want to get some backgrounds that we can manipulate and use in designs. So design is just being creative, is having to think and then use your imagination as much as your imagination does not disturb other things, other principles of design. Now you are free to use your imagination. That's you are free to explore, you are free to do anything, but make sure that in your freeness you do not, because of that, alter the principles of design. Now background is, like I said, is supposed to be like a foundation. Now I want to try blending these two images. Now this can only be possible here on a dark background because they are mostly almost black and white. So I'm going to be using them in black and white. Reduce the opacity. I'll just come, because now if you can see it, you see that both images are having something like lines, because they are not in perfect black. This one now has. So I'll just come here, increase this too, and then just clean the edges that are going to be showing in the design there. Just clean those. Now see it for this, it's gone. This one also, same thing. Just clean the edges here. And the places of this one can go down depending on the alignment and depending on the way I want to write the design or I want to do the design. Now on this kind of design now, white will be very, very visible. Let's say unveiling. White will be very, very visible, and also yellow. So let's just lock them in place to avoid them moving about. Unveiling force. Centerline. Now with this I'm just using this as a rough sketch, but I hope you get the point. Like with this now I can create anything with my design. I can decide to change the position. I can decide to use only just one of this. That will be under here. Increase it a bit. And then use this one. One right here. And just use this one right here. See with my eraser. Just in the lower part of it. And there it is. You can see both images are not distracting each other. This is the same way we also blend for birthday designs. Let's see if we can try that out now. Or church designs, birthday designs. Let's try for birthday design. Let's see what is color purple. First, make sure that we can make these two colors relate. So we come to color filters. As you can see now, the couple are all they are the same, because that one is darker and one is brighter. So just reduce the opacity. 100. Centralize. Look. Okay, let's get another one. I just want to see something that looks more party. Not this one, this is. This one. Now you see that this part of the design that looks like a photo now, as I've done it this way now, it looks like the light is coming from down facing up. Nobody would know that these designs, the two of them, are different things because of the way it is placed. So same thing with manipulations. There are sometimes you might have to erase some part of it. But I know that the images can blend together for some designs. Then there might be no need of too much stuff in that. For this design now, we can just still add this kind of blurry shape effects. It's purple, we can just choose the color purple. And still blur it. So you don't have to be creative with your thinking. You just have to be creative with your thinking. Then there's also this one I want to try out. Yeah. White. You can use for some designs like maybe real estate designs. Then I have to do with the color white mostly. Okay. Let's use this. Now this is it. So first step I do mostly is reduce the opacity. Now for this design, I might want to use any alignment, but okay. So another thing I do is I can just get this light stuff. Now here it is. I change the color to white. Now what I use to do is fix some part of the design that I don't want to affect so much. Now here it is. Now what I can do is increase the opacity of this. Now no matter how much I increase it, this part that I faded would not affect it. So anything I can just remove it because I'm still going to make it pop design. So anything I do on this design now, anything I try to place now, I use my grid lines. That's why I use grid lines. I start from here. Anything I place from here to this part of the design, I mean text, will not be affected by the background. Anything I place on this part of the design will not be affected by the background. So we use this thing also. If you don't have this you can also just use this shape, this blur shape on pixel and also. You can push it. I've done it in a million times using it. Change the color to white. Increase it, just use it together. You just copy, but that's not necessary. And just place them. The thickness of the paste. It's depending on and there you go. Still the same result. Without just how backgrounds can be manipulated. Now there's one last one I want to show. Now this I come to gradients. I move the first one here. Now this first one here. This first one. I move it to white. And then the one on top. The last one here now I take it to blur. And let's move this up a bit. Now you see this. Now I can just come to texture. Come to texture. Let's go to let's do this. Let's take this out. Okay. Now as you can see, it's here. Let's see. Let's see now. Let's reduce the opacity. They're not different, this is but you can see now that even if I increase the opacity, the top part of this is transparent. I don't know if you get the point. But let's just let's do it let's do a dark color now. I need to see it. You can see now that the top part of this is transparent. It's more like we remove the background. So you can as well, if we want this to be not transparent, we can still come to remove this backwards. You see? on this. You can see. So I use it to blend two or more images. Now let's say I did not want to, I wanted to use this now with another background. Let me select another background. Another background that's more like in white. Let's say this. Let's say this now. So this one can just be on top and this one under. This one can just be on top and this one under. It's just so blending some more backgrounds that maybe you want them to be close related or some stuff like that. So you can use this also to blend backgrounds. Both for church designs, whether it's in white color or in black, and you want to join two backgrounds in half. You want to join two backgrounds in half now. Let's look for. Okay, this should have been the texture. I can see. So if it was I wanted to just blend the two of them together. Now the two of them have the same color instead of even going to use the eraser tool and stuff like that. Now we have matched these two things together. Can still be placed on top, but I cut that there. So you can still use this on the top part, turn this. You can see. You see now, just by flipping it, and then it has moved up, and then that image is on top there, and then the other one is down. So same thing applies. You can still the texture. This will not work on it. I'm going to work on this. So like you can tweak any image to your taste. You just have to know how to blend it the right way and erase where necessary. So this is just some simple background manipulations.